Well, hello, this is Dave again. It's September 7th, 2010, and I'm just going to give you a quick update on the garden. So let's take a look. Look over here. This is an upside down trash can. That's what I perch my watering apparatus on. I have reverted to overhead watering because I learned that as the plants got older and bigger, the roots spread out beyond the little collars that I installed a few months ago, and to water them, to water the plants effectively, I had to have a wider perimeter around each plant, nice and wet, especially during the summer months, and which is what I did. I resumed overhead watering. So right here, what we have is a upside down trash can. And the hose goes on top and a sprinkler goes on top of that. The brick holds it down in the right angle of spray and everything. And that's essentially how the garden works. So let's go into the squash and take a look. Holy moly. Look at this. Look at that. This is one of those squashes that got away from me. I don't like to let them get this big, but when they get this big, I just go into work with the squash, and there's always a taker there, because these things work really well for stuffing. When you have a big family, a lot of mouths to feed. Okay, the yellow squash are continuing to put out nicely. Here's a nice little cluster of yellow squash right there. Pretty nice. Everything's winding down as the season winds down. The tomatoes, lots and lots of red tomatoes. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all these tomatoes. I think we started with 12 plants. We have 10 left. The gophers got a couple of them. The birds are relentless in their assault on the red tomatoes. I came in this morning and there were a few destroyed tomatoes. They must have found a way in under the bird netting. They're getting smarter as the season wears on. That's just the way it goes. If you look over here, you can see what appears to be toppled tomato stakes. They're at a 45-degree angle. Those are not toppled. What those are is a shoring up of the tomato stakes that are holding these tomatoes that have so much red fruit on them that they're almost bowing over, and so I had to shore them up. You can see here, let's see how they're angled in, and then I tied them off. So they're holding up all these huge tomatoes, of which I'm going to pick a ton today. We're probably going to have a very big giveaway at work, maybe a record giveaway. All these tomatoes have to go somewhere. Some are going to go into my dehydrator again. I love those dehydrated tomatoes. Some people call them sun-dried tomatoes, but really they're not. They are dehydrated tomatoes. And you can see tons of tomatoes, almost overwhelming. Down here we have the zebra tomatoes. You can see through the bird netting here. Look at this. Zebra tomatoes. There they are. We're going to pick all those. As I mentioned before, this is what they look like when they are ripe. And you can see the little kind of a zebra striping and the golden color. Very nice tomato. Now moving on up. As you can see, the Thai chilies are now mostly all red. We're just going to harvest those very soon. And we're going to dehydrate those, and then we'll use them, they'll store forever in the fridge. And here, over here we have what in the previous episode were green peppers, and now we have red peppers. Look at that. These are pretty nice, as you can see. I can't get through the bird netting here, but you can see red peppers. Well, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to probably harvest them all today, and before I cut them up, I'm going to roast them over the flame, take the skins off, then I'm going to cut them up, and I'm going to store them in olive oil and garlic. And there's nothing better than having a little snack late at night of a roasted red pepper in olive oil and garlic. It also works great on top of any kind of pasta dish. Very nice. Okay, going along the back of the garden, as you can see, many red tomatoes. They're everywhere. We're going to be picking those today. Anyway, that's about it for today's tour. We'll talk to you next time. This is Dave speaking from the backyard in the garden. Till next time. Well, I have picked the zucchini that I showed you earlier, and I was unable to get it all in the frame while holding it in my hand because the thing is so large. So for comparison, I'm going to put my hand out there right now, and you will see how big this sucker is. This is huge. It's going to make one of the word processors at work very happy. Well, okay, just a few moments ago I completed the harvesting of the tomatoes that were being attacked by the birds, and they were so red that the birds couldn't resist them. So I picked them all, and what you have here is a bunch of very red tomatoes, including some zebra tomatoes, which you can see right here. Like this right here. Very ripe, ready to go. A very good tomato. And look at the size of some of these guys. They look pretty good. Just about as good as you'd find in any Whole Foods supermarket or Publix or whatever kind of a store you shop at. I mean, these are seriously good looking tomatoes right here. We have some champion sized tomatoes. Look at that. These things are great for stuffing with whatever, tuna, shrimp, crab meat, a stuffing mix of breadcrumbs, and, you know, well, use your imagination. But a lot of these will probably be given away at work tomorrow, because the tomatoes won't wait. They are ripe, they are ready to go, and they are ready to give away. And that's about it.